Hello, beautiful, amazing, wonderful world, and you, individual, that is the future seed of mankind. Today, I would like to speak about the human four sheaths, or layers, if we'd like to call it that. We humans, we can register and become aware of four layers or four bodies of what we are living in. The first, physical body, our mineral or physical form that has condensed to this, which is also the holder and the receiver of all the other layers, which are intertwined with each other. Then we have the etheric body, the life body, the influx of life that, just like in summer, the etheric body of the earth sprouts out of the flowers and comes to life. It is the same with our body. We are a little different, but it is the same with us. Except that in winter we retreat our life body inside ourselves to make ourselves be inwardly alive in an otherwise dead and sleeping outer world. That is the etheric, or the architect, the form maker in a sense in our body. This also reflects our breathing system and our glandular system, which adjusts and regulates our inner bodily processes and functions. But that is a reflection of the etheric. Then we have the astral body, our nervous system. Reflection is the nervous system. And through the nervous system, you are experiencing empathies, antipathies, joys, pains, pleasures, discomfort, sorrows, but also aspirations, beauty, art, music, and so on. They need to be purified to truly appreciate the astral, because we do have a lot of different things we need to take care of, don't we? Then we have our ego, our youngest faculty, which is the center. It is our observer and it is the thing that makes you perceive the astral, makes you perceive your thoughts. You think with the eye. Your eye thinks, in a sense. You use your eye to think. You use your eye to feel. You use your eye to will. It is hard to explain it because it is a center, in a sense. And the egotism, the narcissism, the self-interest is a shadow of this ego. The true ego is something sublime and highly spiritual. When you are sitting in the true ego and you are observing yourself, the world, and everything around you, you really register if you're doing something that is loving or if you're doing something that is ugly. When you observe yourself, do you really want to see yourself do something you don't want to? That is the thing. And these four sheaths are working inside of each other in a sense, but you can become aware of each and one of them by separating them, not that they are separate, but separating them in concepts, so that you can study each and every one of you, so that you can know who you are in relation to the world. It is not an easy task, because it requires honesty. It requires to be honest with yourself. Who are you? What do you stand for? What do you want? What do you need? What do the world need? What are you doing to affect the whole of mankind in a good and loving and an understanding way? Becoming individual, a guide, is what our purpose is today. Not to lose ourselves in some mass, not to lose ourselves in a separate sphere of the earth, but to connect with the earth again and the spiritual processes here. We are not here as a prisoner. We are here because we chose this. We're here because we have gone from a far past lives, fallen to temptation, getting down here on the physical, having to deal with temptations, having to deal with evil, or what we call it ill-timed good. That means opposition. Because the opposition was in earlier times the truth, but now today it is different. We are changing. We are always changing. And the ego is the center today. The consciousness soul is what we are supposed to cultivate here. And the rudiments of the next. When you use your consciousness to try to purify and to ennoble your physical, etheric, and astral, and your ego, you are ennobling them to become 3 new faculties. And these are the future seeds of what we are supposed to be, what we are working towards. It is highly important to also be critical, but not judgmental. To feel, is this right? Is this truth? Are you speaking truth? Is this something that I want to consider? What will it help me in relation to understanding another human being and the world? It is for everyone. If you only cultivate this for yourself and yourself alone, you are in opposition for mankind's evolution, obviously. Especially if it is purely egotistical and what can I gain, what can I take, what can I grab. But if you do this through discipline, through dignity, through love, through an understanding of humanity and mankind as a whole, going back from the earliest time, seeing all civilizations coming up to here and see what we have cultivated through many lifetimes, and we are about to go towards many lifetimes. Think about this. If you say you come from somewhere else than Earth, you are lying to yourself. Because we have been here since the physical manifestation of this condensation. We caused the condensation by being tempted by Luciferic powers, by gaining something spiritual too early. Don't get me wrong, it was purpose in all of this, and we were meant to be thrown down to earth to again gain individualized but highly purified spirit connection. Let's say the earth, let's say the ocean, and then a drop of the ocean became aware that it is a drop of the ocean, but it is still the ocean. But it is a drop of the ocean, it is still the ocean. It is a drop of the ocean, but it is still the ocean. You see? It is the same principle, the same symbolism here. You do not lose yourself inside yourself. You do not lose yourself out to the universe either. That is the middle balance here. Be aware, become aware of this balance, because you are that scale that balances middle from the one side to the other. Those that don't have control end up in one of two groups. The materialistic and the spiritual, or the materialistic and the more or less fanatical in many cases, but the materialistic is also fanatical in its own right. The middle ground, both scientific intellect and spiritual reverence, spiritual understanding and intuition of what's going on. We are going through a whole lot of different segments, stages and cycles of life. How aware are you of the impulses of what you are doing? How aware are you from day to day? Of course, you're not meant to make this a dilettantism. It's not meant to be militaristic and dutiful and cold. It is meant to be loving. You're meant to try to love this, to enjoy it and to truly revere it, having devotion for it. If you can't bring that up, you will lose something amazing, obviously, because you have nothing to grab onto. The faith, love, and hope is what brings man certain comfort in all of this stressing insanity we have in this world. Lucifer, Ahriman, and Surat is some insane beings. They are truly delusional. Lucifer with his frivolity and Everything is just do, and it's only me, and it's only spirit. It is only, oh, this earth is an illusion. This earth is a woohoo. I'm afraid of the earth. That is Lucifer. The other side is Ahriman, which is we are only animals. We are only this physical, and there is nothing beyond this. And science have proven everything. You see, that is also a dogma. And then we have Surat. Everything is sexual. The degradation of everything sexual, everything that is erotica, demonized. The worst kind of transgressions when it comes to sexuality. That is Surat. And that is where all the black magicians go. The black magicians shed their ego so that Surat can be bodily, they can embody himself in that empty shell. And this is the three oppositions to Christ and the divine. The balance we have right now is Lucifer, Ahriman, Christ. And the balance between, let's say, liberal and conservative is Christ. But you have to be aware in the middle here. Doop, doop. I think this is everything. Yeah, I think this is good. May the divine guide us all on this beautiful path, evolution, love, and understanding for everyone and everything, and growth for all. Love you all, and thank you for listening to me. Goodbye.